Good morning, everybody. Still trying to convince myself it's a good idea to be awake right now. Homestead Boy 3 yesterday evening fell asleep when we were taking Homestead Boy 2 to baseball practice. And that was at like 5 o'clock, 5:30. And then he stayed asleep. And I thought, oh, this is bad. He's not going to stay asleep through the night. It's too long a time. And sure enough, about 10 o'clock he woke up. And it was clear he was not going back to bed. So he didn't go back to bed until 1:30. So, it was a long night. But it's going to be a wonderful day. I'm heading out to milk. My wife has some chores to do with some of the kids this morning. So I'm going to get this milking done and then head inside. And it's going to be great. We actually got some rain today, so I'm going to be interested to see how the wood chips work to keep it from being muddy. So this will be the first test because we got some thunderstorms and we got some heavy rain. So this will be the test. So the wood chips seem to be working well. In here, you can see she left me a present while we were milking. Just over there where those sheep are, I can show you. It's wet right here, you can see. I had put a bunch of wood chips here, but I think what happened was that's where she drops all of the grain when she's eating, and the chicken scratched through it and moved it, so I may need to add some more. I'm not sure it's going to make a difference. Either way, the rest of the spot is pretty dry, pretty mud-free, so far so good. I'm liking it. I could probably wear tennis shoes out here now instead of having to wear boots, which is nice. So I'm over here by the beehives because that's kind of the way it seems like things are going right now. And this newest hive, I'm gonna flip the camera and show you. So this is the newest hive, and they are busy. That you can definitely see, as opposed to the first day that we had them, or the second day, they're moving with a purpose. They're coming in and out, and it seems like they're mostly bringing in water. I don't see a lot of pollen, but I could just be missing it. Bees amaze me. Like, I don't understand how there aren't more in-air collisions between bees. I mean, it is just so busy right here. I think they'd be bumping into each other, but they've got it figured out. Okay guys, so we were in the bathroom right over here because we're potty training Homestead Boy 3, and I looked out and there is a cloud of bees. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see this. I'm kind of walking into the edge of the cloud of bees. They are just swirling around. So I don't know if this could be another swarm, or if they're just trying to stay cool. It looks to me like they're coming out of the middle hive, because that hive is kind of going crazy right now. But I don't see them congregating on anything. They're just kind of flying around in a circle. And they're getting closer and closer. Can you guys, I hope you guys can see this. Like literally up there, they're just, up there is not as thick as down here. And they're kind of getting closer. Oh, I think they're moving from there that way. So I'm gonna try to keep an eye on them and see if they, like if the queen, because it looks like they're maybe congregating right there now. On that little tree right there. Yeah. Oh wow. The cloud just concentrated right there. So I'm gonna try to get closer and see what happens. If I drop the phone and run screaming, you'll know it's because I got stung. I only got flip-flops on, so it's probably a terrible idea. But you can see right here, it's really concentrated. And she must have landed on that tree right there. That one right there. Because the cloud is really concentrating on that tree now, although now the cloud is going back up again. Bees are just so interesting and so cool. Oh, now they're concentrating back down on that tree again. I'm gonna turn it around and see if I can get a better picture. So if you guys can see, they're like concentrating right there on that tree. And they haven't clumped up yet. But I have to imagine that that's where she is. So if that's the case, I may need to go get some more boxes and see if I can capture this. This is so surreal. I mean, there are just bees all around me. Let me zoom out and see if you guys can see this. There are bees everywhere. See, this is the thing about honeybees. Honeybees aren't aggressive by nature. They're just doing their thing. Unless they think that you're a threat, they're not interested in you. Although this one bee seems to be a little bit more interested in me. So I'm going to back up a little bit. So a few bees just, they didn't sting me, but they were getting closer than I was comfortable with. And they seemed more interested in me than they should have been. So I kind of backed up and got in the house for a second. But they're still pretty concentrated on that tree. I don't know, it's mid-afternoon, it's maybe 2:30. So if they settle down onto that tree, I will definitely go see if I've got enough boxes to make another hive. Otherwise, they could take off and be gone, and there'd be nothing I could do about it. They, you know, they could fly hundreds of yards, they could fly half a mile to find a new place. Right now, I'm going to turn it back around again because they are so concentrated on that tree. I have to believe that the queen has landed there. I just don't know why they haven't, you know, massed up on top of her. So I think you guys can see that cloud of bees right on that tree in the middle of the screen. And like I said, the cloud keeps on getting smaller and smaller, or at least I should say more concentrated. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the whole middle of that tree is becoming more and more encased with bees. Okay guys, so this seemed a lot easier when there was somebody else suited up with me, but this is going to be my first attempted solo swarm catch. They have just glommed onto that tree. I'm going to show you, and I also want to show you what I have here to catch them. So there's the swarm. That tree is not that full. Those are all bees. I'll get closer here in a second. So this is what I have. So this bottom board here is just called the bottom board. And then this box on top of it, most hives have sides like this. The guy who I bought this from had put this insulation on. But these are frames inside here. That's what the bees build, or you know, create the honey on. And if I can get one out here quick, I'll show you. I'm trying to do this fast. So right here, this is what the bees build the honey on. So I'm putting this right here, and then I put this empty box with no frames on it on top of here, because that's where I'm going to try to shake all the bees to. And because they're on this tree here, it's not like I can cut a branch off and put it in. I'm going to kind of have to try to shake them into here and hope that the queen goes in, and we'll be able to tell if the queen is in there because all the rest of the bees will follow her. So what I'll do is, if they go in here tonight and I catch them in here, I'll come back tonight and I'll take off this box and I'll put these ones on, and then I'll put that top on, and we'll have a new hive. So wish me luck. Okay, so I've got my little phone tripod, so I've got at least a shot at getting this a little bit on film. One option would be just to leave this box here next to the swarm and just hope they go in, but that's only slightly better than a crapshoot, I think. So I'm gonna put my glove back on and see if I can't shake them off into there. We'll see how this goes. So I have hope that I caught the hive, the swarm I mean. There's not nearly as many bees on the outside anymore. They seem to be going in. There's hardly any bees in the tree. You can see I don't have my stuff on. So, I'm gonna leave them. I gotta go anyway. I gotta go pick up the oldest 3 from co-op. I will obviously give you guys an update. I'm hoping my first solo attempt was successful. Only time will tell. So I just got back from picking up the kids. I think I caught a swarm. Either that or they're gone. I just briefly opened it up. It looks like there's lots of bees in there. There's no bees on the tree. There's just a few bees you can see kind of hovering around. If I come around to the front of the hive here, there's just a few bees on the front there. Fingers crossed. There's another hive that's now living in there. So I'll come back tonight, double check everything, move it to a different location, and with any luck, we now have 4 hives. So I just moved the hive. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it in the dark here. It is right there. Didn't have any equipment on other than my trusty gloves. There are still some bees. So I left the lid cracked just a little bit because I think once they settled in, some bees left and were coming back and left and were coming back. So even at like 8:30, there were bees still coming back. And when I tried to close it, they weren't figuring out where the entrance was. So I left it until just now, just closed it. I think some of them are still hanging out there. I'm gonna wait a few minutes and see if they all go down into the frames of that bottom box, because I'd really like to take off the empty box today. Tomorrow, if I come out and start messing with them, they're gonna be a little bit more defensive because now they have a hive to protect, which just means that I just have to suit up like I did today, take that off, put those boxes on, and it'll be fine. It wouldn't be that big a deal, but if I could avoid having to do it, that'd be even better. So in the meantime, I'm pretty much out of hive boxes, so I need to buy some. And what you can do is you can buy like flat pack, just everything taken apart, and you can put it together yourself. And I've got an air brad nailer that should put them together, so I may try doing that, because obviously the apiary is expanding. If that hive stays, we've doubled this year so far, and that's even with missing a swarm. So hope you guys had a great day. It is getting buggy out. Mosquitoes are coming out. I had a great day. Hope you had a great day. I'll see you in the comments.